both of these characters are going to be following. And they're going to need to ride that too, because like you said, both of them are trapping oriented. You know, they like to carry out long advantage states. And honestly, you're just going to be seeing these two blue warriors go up and build up like 60-70% at a time and then take a stock, just out of nowhere.
And immediately we see N fading in, goes for the jab power dunk. Of course, Terry has a really good, really cool mechanic in this game that he can cancel some of the end lag of his normal moves into specials like we're seeing there to get a lot of extra damage off of each little hit.
That's crazy. Wow, the parry. We've always known N to be a great parry master, but Xillion DI's out.
It's actually, if you SDI into the jabs, you can almost always fall out of that power dunk pretty consistently.
Interesting.
It's really, it's really silly. So a lot of the Terry players actually opted to start going for the charged up special instead after the jabs.
And then Nosferatu, though, to kind of even those percents back up a little bit. We see Xillion, though, I mean, honestly, having a little bit of trouble dealing with the power waves so far. We've already seen once N duck under an L Thunder by throwing the power wave, knock out another by doing that. I mean, generally, we see N has really good knowledge of Robin. You know, he's played against Xillion's Robin quite a lot, dealing with the Thunders greatly, but there's another Thunder on the stage that you got to worry about.
Going for the burning knuckle, too, to catch that whiff on the Nosferatu. Now we have Go mode activated, so for those who don't know, down there, once Terry reaches 100% and you see that Go mode on the portrait, he gains access to 2 more moves, one of which I believe he went for and missed the input. He is an input-intensive character.
You saw him get it the second time, too. He went for that Buster Wolf. Oh, he tried to get away from that.
And that's the other one. That's the Power Geyser!
Power Geyser!
Where he covers a very large portion of the stage with a cone of energy, sends the opponent flying, does a lot of damage. But of course, he has to be really weakened to gain access to these moves. But he jumps right over the projectiles.
Right to it, and then he has the audacity to ask Xillion, are you okay?
Ooh, but that's great. So Terry also doesn't have the capability to snap ledge off of most of his recovery options. So Xillion can drop the fire off of arc fire dripping off the stage and combo off of it pretty reliably.
Especially if he gets the drift. There's no way N is getting back, but look, 2 down tilts.
The read! He went for 2 down tilts and then waited for the air dodge because a lot of Terry's there will either go for up tilt after that or jabs to try to combo or even a grab, right? So Xillion went for the defensive option. He knows it's not frame tight. If you dodge, maybe he could get a punish. But and waited and went for the up smash to punish it, got a big stock, and now he has a huge lead.
A massive lead right now. I mean, 1 stock. You can see that Xillion's just having so much trouble dealing with that up-close Terry.
Spot dodging after. Oh, and that's a powerful fist. He's still alive, though. Xillion could definitely make this happen. He's just got to play very, very safe. And it only gets harder as he's doing more damage to N because he gives him eventually access to more power moves. On the second stock, of course, he doesn't have Power Geyser. He doesn't have all of that strength yet. He's got to be careful.
Terry's strong enough even without that Go mode, though. And honestly, that lingering forward air was one of the reasons. Yeah, and you buffered that true rising tackle into the combo with the special cancel. And that is a solid game 1 for N.
And this is kind of... So we saw last week a bit of a debut of the Terry. Still not super fresh, but...
I mean, it was pretty brand new. That was just 1 week of experience.
Right. We're getting a little bit more experience into it, and this is looking like a really nice Terry.
Yeah.
I'm excited to see the future of Terry under N's hands.
I mean, he's definitely going to be one of the people pioneering what this character can do. And already, again, you know, a lot of people say, well, how does Terry deal with projectiles? And N's doing a good job of that so far. Xillion hasn't put on a lot of pressure, you know, on stage, mano-a-mano with the Thunders. He's been doing a great job of dealing with that with the power wave, but not to mention, yeah, the crack shoot getting both hits.
Okay, and the cool thing about that was a lot of Terrys will go for rising tackle after that, and then it kind of becomes a mix-up on the landing. Using his invincibility.
Yeah, the rising tackle actually punching out the arc fire before it can detonate. That's huge for N. And look at the way I can't believe he was able to land after all of that, given that Terry's not that great aerial drift.
Burning Knuckle is going to catch Xillion, push him at the ledge. Oh, and the power dunk, if he had caught the jump, might have even spiked. That move does have a spike box. We saw it a little bit earlier, but it's very hard to connect. Go mode is active. Xillion's got to be careful. Gonna be put on notice. Oh, he kissed the blast zone there. And this is where Terry can struggle. At the ledge.
That's actually really smart from N to just take that last hit, get the reset. Oh, but the book is actually going to put N in a horrible spot. He's got to find his way in.
He goes for a pretty committal go mode move at the ledge. Ends up putting himself in a ton of lag, and when he whiffs it, that's a free stock for Xillion.
Oh,
Xillion
speaking of free stocks, though.
Accidentally fast falling there. Goes a little bit too below the ledge.
Now we got to go into an even stock, too, which is a shame because we never got to see in that game 1 how Xillion would play with the lead, and I was curious to see if that would help him lock down the Terry more, but right now, once again, you know, and at these early percents, tons of damage.
Trying to lock down N in this corner, but this Power Wave seems like it does a really good job of covering these Thunders.
It doesn't give Xillion the chance to just sit back and charge a bunch of Thunders, not to mention, you know, L Thunder goes down to the Power Wave.
Oh, and again, he tries to call out the jump, but Xillion this time comes off with an aggressive attack, so that power dunk is not going to work out. Double fire!
And he did that in the hopes that the Levin Sword would recharge in time. However, it didn't, so he just went for that Bronze Sword back air and make sure he got that stage control. And now all of a sudden, he might be able to set this up on ledge against the Terry, but N's ledge grab timing, the invincibility was perfect to save him, but he calls out the spot dodge.
Right, another mix-up there from Xillion. He does a lot of shield damage with that Arc Thunder, forces the defensive option, otherwise you'll break the shield, but waiting for the spot dodge even could cover a roll, right, at that position. That down smash is a really powerful option to cover.
And now Xillion getting a little bit of healing just for good measure.
We're seeing a little bit of reverse of the last game where Xillion's got a pretty big lead, but he's taking a lot of damage and is pushing this further and further to an even stock.
As close as he's getting, though, Xillion's doing such a good job of leveraging these platforms, which N just tried to call out right there.
So the past couple of times he's gone for power dunk, and the past couple of times Xillion has jumped and kind of avoided it. Then he actually went immediately for a call out with the Burning Knuckle, but Xillion waited this time.
Xillion's just been doing such a good job of not letting N get big hits. You know, he's been running away on these platforms really well, and nice that L Thunder right there is going to buy him stage once again. You see N shielding that Arc Thunder. I think you got to consider the mix-ups there where you can't jump over the Arc Thunder, but then Robin can take advantage of that and also take advantage of some really nice combos, and warring 2 stocks right now to send it to game 3.
Catches that Terry, stuck in the fire, converts to the up smash. That's a free stock, and it's as I would expect between these two who are good friends. They played a lot. It's going to be a bit back and forth. And Battlefield, of course, we saw some good movement from Terry that made use of it, but that's definitely one of the most preferred terrains for Robin. Being able to cover the platforms with your projectiles really well and use them to kind of escape and use those sword hitboxes to get around this guy who's only throwing punches and kicks at you outside of the occasional power wave. It's pretty awesome. So now we're taking it to a little bit more of a simplified game state in Final Destination, which will be the final destination of this set.
Yes, 2 out of 3, and we are here in game 3 right now. And like I was saying, man, Xillion was just doing such a good job of using those platforms to rack up a great defense that N feels like he's got no other option than to take that away from Xillion. But right now, he's getting a whole lot. He almost gets. He does get his life taken away from him. My goodness!
Xillion with some fire. He had some energy behind those swings.
He says, look, if I need to get out to a big lead, if that's what I need to do to beat a Terry, then how about I just go ahead and do that? Right now, look at how hard it is for N to just get up close to the Robin. Now that Xillion controls the pace of the game, N feels like he's got to hold forward, and he's eating so much percent because of it.
Right, see, Power Wave is a pretty decent tool in neutral for Terry if those two are more of an even footing and Xillion feels the need to press forward ever. But without that urgency, it doesn't matter how often Terry's power waving. That's a punish? No, that move is pretty safe.
I mean, N, as many times as he's played Xillion, he's definitely figured out that, you know, when Xillion gets that Thor on, he likes to throw it pretty quickly because he likes the mix-ups that having a Thunder available to him, you know, gives him. But now, N's got to worry about this ledge trap once again, and Xillion's going to go right back to his last arc fire, but it just might be enough to get him to stock as he throws down the book. Not going to be enough to take it, though.
He does cover the roll as well, and is sitting at such a high percent.
Let's not even ignore also that N is about to lose that second stock. Look at how little percent Xillion has taken. As he puts him into that last stock, he's hardly been touched.
Covers the jump out of the corner, though, with the up air. We still see that N is keeping the fight. Oh, he had the read! He had the read, but the activity, the long-lasting hitbox of that Thunder covered Xillion so well.
I would say in Smash 4 that would have worked, but, you know, Terry didn't exist back then.
Oh, the Arc Thunder catches the roll.
Oh, great. The one thing that N has been doing a good job of is landing against Robin, which can definitely be a tall order given the amount of aerial command that he has. But on stage, it's just been a struggle to get anywhere near him.
Forward throw definitely puts Xillion off stage, and the The ledge is a place where Terry can take the stock. He has.
Was that a strat from Xillion? You saw that when he went under the stage like that, the down tilt that N wanted to hit the ledge, auto-corrected and hit into the stage so that he grabbed ledge for free.
That's really
If
funny.
that was intentional, that was crazy.
Yeah, I've never seen anything like that before, but we didn't really touch on it. There is a feature of Terry that is called autocorrect, in which he automatically is always facing where the opponent is.
In homage to traditional fighting games, yeah.
So that would be really sick way to influence that.
Be very effective on stages like Smash Ball. I'm surprised he did it on FD at all.
Terry can manually down tilt the other way, just like every other character can, with a slight angled downwards input, but it's very difficult to consistently do.
Yeah, and I don't think that N was thinking about it either, and now
not.
he's got to be thinking about how to get back. The air dodge will suffice nicely. And now that he's got go mode, you know, anything can happen unless he's off stage.
He can take stocks really early with this go mode, but he does have to get there first. And the back hit of the neutral air doesn't quite finish it off.
Yeah,
but he's in a really bad spot.
And speaking of sour spots, N is definitely feeling, I'm probably more a little bit bitter right now about how much of a wall Xillion's been able to put up. I mean, it's just, most of this game has been spent off stage for N, and a forward throw to get him off once more. Not a whole lot of opportunities to play this brand new character.
Does jump over the Thunder. He finally finds his way back down. Dash attack. But he's put himself back in the corner. Xillion down tilt pushing him back off the edge. Oh, that's scary. The book covered the roll.
Covered it, and we've seen Xillion do that before on purpose.
Trying to chase the defensive option, and is living for so long, almost to 200%. The down throw almost just kills.
What you never see ever.
That's kind of ludicrous.
Might kill him with a raw 11 sword, which he tried to cover that roll with. My gosh, raw arc fire almost killing.
I thought that we saw the start of a smash. I think Xillion missed. That down throw just kills. That doesn't kill.
It didn't kill because it's stale.
Oh my god.
I don't know what I'm watching, neighbor.
We're watching a man struggling to live his life.
I mean, this is literally, N has not been able to hit him whatsoever. He's still alive.
Terry,
I can't believe it.
That power dunk was so good. He used his air dodge at the edge, and that's why we saw the. He's
he's gone. I can't believe that N is even able to get that stock. And remember, he's still in go mode. The world is your oyster.
He's sitting
this
at
is possible.
242%. Almost any hit will kill N. But if N is able to get just a small combo, he can honestly kill Xillion, and it's such a low percent. But the forward air off of the ledge, there was so much pressure. Eventually.
So much pressure, and like you said, it only takes one hit from Xillion from literally anything. N was at 240%.
I think it would have killed.
That is actually the highest I've ever seen anybody legitimately live to in this game. The fact that N was this close to bringing that back, though, definitely speaks worlds to just how much, you know, if you're not dying, it's cool. But on the other hand, if you're Xillion, if you're not losing neutral, it's also cool.
That is absolutely a tale of resilience. That's a never say die, don't give up attitude.
I would say.
Yeah.
Haha. I get it, because it's
really good. Really good. I was talking about N's part, but Xillion was able to take it. Xillion was able to take it.
I mean, that would be just the story of that game, huh? There is resilience, but you can't spell the resilience without the Xillion, who was the winner. Y'all, I'm sorry, there's a joke to be had in there somewhere.
You're so close to it. You're so tantalizingly close to it.
I'm so close